go back and look at the kind of errors that they were making, because you can group kids differently. It doesn't have to necessarily be by reading ability. It could be that, you know, this child is using visual cues and you needed them to start doing some of the meaning cues. So you can group kids that way too.
I think that was a big notice that I had, at least for my benchmarks when we were marking, just, you know, thinking about TGA. My kids are all visual. All of the bulk of my errors were visual. I think I had one student that maybe had 2 of the meanings. So for my kiddo here, they just had 1, and I'm not exactly sure what that says, but the word was supposed to be coiled. But I can't, is that cracked maybe?
Circle.
So they're looking at coiled and associating it with circled. And it would make sense. Robert noticed a spring that circled around a piece of metal. I mean, that's...
Right,
you know.
because when you analyze, you stop at the word. You don't read any farther. So Robert noticed a spring that circled. That makes sense.
Yes.
Visually...
Right.
It might be a stretch. I mean, there's a C and there's an L and there's an I.
Right. There's no R in there, so where did you get
And it does make sense, but it does change the whole meaning of the text, because the question says there's something about how did he fix the clock. Well, he had to loosen the spring or the coil.
The coil, and it says coil.
So if he didn't understand...
so he's going to come back and say Robert noticed. He's going to say circle. He's gonna, and then that should
which is impeding his comprehension.
So I only had 1 mistake in my passage.
Well, pick a different.
I know, right? Like, I'm sorry. There's 3 here. Let's see.
Anything you?
I had the same word. That was the only error that I had.
Okay, so she here.
Do you want me to? I can give you names of somebody that kind of.
So I have all kinds of mistakes through mine. Mine are visual, and I mean, I could have all 3 in mine.